Hey everyone and welcome, I'm your host Davideo Studio here. At this point, I'm currently playing Pokemon Legends Arceus and so far, I'm really enjoying it. I've had my team planned out already and I'll give a sneak peek at the 3 that were top of my list. The rest of my team will be for another day, and by that I mean hopefully next time. There are currently 16 new regional variants and 7 new Pokemon. And since I want to give my first impressions of them as fast as possible, let's get into it. Hisuian Growlithe and Arcanine. Growlithe is adorable and Arcanine is majestic. Heck, even the former's name works both ways since the word lith can mean either graceful or relating to stone, for both the Cantonian form or the Hisuian form. It finally gets its origin of being based off Komainu statues being more realized. Overall, I like them, they're good doggos. Just keep them away from water and ground types if you can help it. Also, how the hell did this Growlithe swim across the sea despite being quite weak to water? Hisuian Voltorb and Electrode. Yes, we got an electric grass type combo besides Rotom. Voltorb looks pretty good, and Electrode looks fine as well. But for Electrode, technically, I've seen speculative fan art of it that's really impressive, but the official version I'll get used to, so it's all good. I just wish the move pool would be slightly better somehow. Hisuian Typhlosion. Oh man, why does Typhlosion look so high? I mean higher than a kite, which is what I meant to say, because this is an ad-friendly video! Anyway, Typhlosion may have looked like it barely changed, but when its flames turn on, that's when it looks really cool. Side note, it's now the Ghost Flame Pokemon, and not the Volcano Pokemon anymore, so that's a nice touch. Hisuian Quillfish and Overquill. No longer a water type, but still a fish, so okay. We've seen before that aquatic Pokemon don't need to be water types to live in the water. That aside, Quillfish needed to get more attention than just Dex filler. But the design is... Never mind. Overquill, on the other hand, looks menacing and cool. One last thing. These guys are physical attackers. So why is Dark Pulse the only Dark-type move they can learn? Even Night Slash would make sense with those spikes. Hisuian Sneasel and Sneasler. This one is on my team for sure since certain Pokemon have gotten new evolutions, and I wanted to get at least one for my team. And later on I found an Alpha one. What's an Alpha Pokemon, you may ask? Well, Alpha Pokemon are just larger versions of their regular sized counterparts, and in the wild have glowing red eyes. Jotoni and Sneasel and its evolved form Weavile have always been major players on my teams. In this case, with its new evolution Sneasler, was no different. It's wild that it went from being quad weak to fighting, to being quad weak to psychic. But the moveset is really good, so yeah, this one's on my team for sure. Oh, it's another ride Pokemon that helps you climb cliffs and mountains, which is very appreciated. Hisuian Samurott. This is my starter. I almost went with Rowlet just to change things up, but after seeing rumors of them having new forms, I held off of that decision and thank Arceus I did. Samurott looks really menacing and it has a really good move pool, being able to know all kinds of slashing and jabbing moves. I also like its edgy new look as well as the dark type added on, since it now looks like a rogue samurai, being based off of a ronin, which are samurais without masters to serve. Would Samurott work as a fighting type? Sure, but dark works just as well. Hisuian Lilligant. Apparently Lilligant hasn't skipped leg day. Joking aside, it's a good design, has a surprisingly good moveset. Lilligant needed some more attention since her counterpart Whimsicott became a grass fairy type, and the fighting type works well for her. Just keep her away from flying types. Though I'm not sure why we have 2 grass fighting types in this game. I'll get to that in a second. Hisuian Zora and Zoroark. Yes! 1,000 times, yes! From the moment they were released, I knew I had to get Zoroark on my team. The normal ghost type is a new combo we haven't gotten before, and it has 3 immunities to normal, ghost, and fighting, and just 1 weakness being dark. The only drawback is that these 2 are glass cannons, so make sure that you hit hard and hit fast. The backstory is also downright depressing, so be sure to give these ghostly foxes some extra love. And one more thing, what the heck is Zora doing in a cave? Hisuian Braviary. Braviary looks really majestic and mystical. I like him a lot. Also is a ride Pokemon, but you don't really fly across Hisui as more like gliding. So yeah, I like this big bird. Hisuian Sliggoo and Goodra. I thought Sliggoo looked odd at first because it looks like it could barely move with that shell. But then I saw how it moves around by rolling around in it, and that changed my mind. I have to admit, it's pretty clever and I warmed up to it. Goodra looks really cool, but at the same time kinda sad. I mean, you okay, buddy? Oh yeah, how can it keep its goo theme as a steel type? By having a slime look like Mercury, so the inspiration of the dragon gastropod still fits. Hisuian Avalugg. Ooh, yikes, ice and rock. Not the best type combo. One fighting or steel type move and he'll shatter like glass. Otherwise cool design, no pun intended. Also, why is Normal Avalugg freaking Titan sized? Normal sized Avalugg is 6 foot 7 inches, and this one's just flat out colossal! Hisuian Decidueye. Went from being quad weight to ice to quad weight to its former typing of flying. I knew the design looked familiar at first, but I just couldn't put my finger on it. Then I found out it's based off samurai archers who sometimes dress like that. Also, Decidueye can still fly even though it's not a flying type. We've seen this plenty of times before, like with Buzzwole. Sometimes Pokemon that aren't flying types or don't have the ability to levitate can still fly. Weird deer. I guess Christmas came early this year. Anyway, Stantler looked like it could use a new evolution, and thankfully it got one. This is one of the new ride Pokemon as well, so we can roll around Hisui. It's majestic, and I like it. Kleavor. Scyther gets a branched evolution, and it looks menacing. I get its cultural references from the obsidian axes to the Japanese idiom Toro no Hono, meaning mantis' axe. Overall, good Pokemon with clever inspirations. Or should I say, Kleavor inspirations. Moving on. Ursaluna. Ursaring got a new evolution and he is chonky. It's another ride Pokemon that can sniff out and dig up rare items. Evolving it is quite an errand because you have to get the P-block and wait until the night of the full moon. Otherwise, I like the inspirations behind it and the design. Basculegion. Probably one of the most metal backstories in Pokemon lore. It evolves through the souls of its deceased school members. In the game, it has to take recoil damage a certain number of times without fainting, but okay. Also, its pre-evolved form Basculin isn't a Hisuian form technically, it's just a new form called White Stripe. Apparently our character can't swim in the game, so getting around the water through Basculegion is a help. Enamorus. You remember the Forces of Nature trio, Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus? Well, they have a new member, and this one's a female. The love-hate part of her species name is right. I love that we got a new fairy flying type Pokemon, but I hate that she doesn't get any flying type moves. I mean, seriously, what gives here? Even Thundurus and Landorus got the short of the stick too. These three don't even know moves like Air Slash or Hurricane. I mean, why? Overall, good design, but Gen 9, please fix her move pool. Origin forms Dialga and Palkia. And finally, the gods of time and space themselves. I've always wondered if these two will ever get new forms since Giratina, the Pokemon of Antimatter, got a new form while the others didn't. Well, looks like my wish came true and... Oh my Arceus, what the heck am I looking at? These two better have good explanations why they look like this because they both look really outlandish. Dialga has a huge abs apple, and Palkia looks like an armless centaur. I mean, I'm sure I'll get used to them eventually, but whoa! And those are my first impressions of all the new Pokemon. Most of them are good, some of them could have been better. I know some of my first impressions were really brief, but it's like I said, they're supposed to be quick first impressions, and if I don't have much to say for some of them, that's just how it is. Hopefully we'll get more Pokemon games like this, since doing something different with the formula can be invigorating. Now if you excuse me, I have to continue on my journey through Hisui. Okay, that's about it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications for when new videos are up and ready. I'm Davideo Studio signing out. With all that said, I'll see you soon.